All right, Benny, are you ready for the fourth quarter?
Let's do it.
Are you ready for the fourth quarter? We're going to kick this off. I just want to share this video real quick. It's up on Ben and Barry on football. When we hit the fourth quarter, ladies and gentlemen, that means we're going to the Facebook page for Ben and Barry on football, where we bring up all types of current events, all types of things that are happening, and kind of share some of the things that are going around on social media. I wanted to show this because this is what makes football football. Let's watch the video.
Oh, he's dead. Oh, whoa, whoa, oh, so somebody get that man CPR. What the hell? Wait a minute. How come nobody blocked that? He had blockers in front of him. Okay, not down by contact. Gets back up. Gets himself together. Oops, stumble. Okay. Ooh, nice spin move. Okay. Oh! Somebody did try to block him.
Perfect form tackle.
Yeah, he. Okay, so I tell you exactly what happened. The guy, he had a blocker who was attempting to take the big guy's legs out, but he should have slowed down and let him do it first. Like he kind of overran his block. And the dude saw the guy going to take his legs out and said, oh, shoot, the ball carrier's close. And he just lunged at him and blew him up. He's on the ground squirming. Yo, what a hit. That was nice. He's big dude too.
Oh man, I'm telling you. All right, to the Facebook page. We talked a little bit about it. Any last words? Anything else you want to say about the Taysom Hill contract, Ben?
Yeah, so here's the Taysom Hill contract, okay? This is the way I see it. I am not a GM. I am not an owner. I just play fantasy. I'm nobody, okay? But this is how I see it. They love Taysom Hill. Taysom Hill does a lot of things for this team. He is a weapon. But I believe that they believe he's more important to them as a multi-purpose player than he is as a starting quarterback. Now, and I qualify that by saying, excuse me, he was only a starting quarterback in college. He played at BYU, I think. He's never really been a starting quarterback in the NFL except for 4 or 5 games that he played when Drew Brees was injured last season, right? Because Drew Brees just retired. In those 5 games, I think he won 3 and lost 2, maybe something like that, okay? So he is an unproven commodity as a starting NFL quarterback. Now, that being said, yes, you want to sign him. Yes, you want to keep him on your team. He does a lot of things for you. Yes, he deserves to be paid. I think what they did was kind of equivalent to when teams bring players in that are maybe a little long in the tooth, but still have some juice. They'll fit a role for you. So you give them a contract with a small base salary and then a lot of incentives, except for this guy's still young and still plays a vital role on their squad, knows their system inside and out offensively because he plays multiple positions. So he's in multiple meeting rooms. He might know the offense better than any other player on the team besides the OC and the starting quarterbacks. So what they did was they said, okay, here's your base salary. And it's a nice one. I think it's $40 million for 4 years. And then they said, if you play quarterback, you can make this much. If you do this, you can do this much. If you do this, you can make that much. And they built it all the way up to like 95 million over the 4 years. He ain't never gonna see 95 million in them 4 years. Never. Number one, they're gonna try their best. Huh?
Ever.
Ever. Number one, they're gonna try their best not to ever play him at quarterback full time.
It's almost like this contract guarantees that you're not going to play any quarterback.
Pretty much. Because if he does, here's the only crazy thing that could happen to the Saints as an organization is that maybe Simeon goes down or something, and they got nobody else, and they put him in, and he lights it up. Then they're like, oh, right? What's 95 million over 4 years?
Well, just think about 100 over 4 is what, 20, 25. 4 and 100 is 25, so a little under 25 million a year.
Holy crap!
You're practically, well, you're not exactly in franchise quarterback territory. I think
you're in damn good quarterback territory.
Yeah, that's where you are. I
think you're right in there
now, but 25 is damn good.
Right. So they're going to try their best not to get themselves in that situation, because 10 million a year, he's worth it. He's worth it. He can play running back. He can play tight end. He can return kicks. He can go in and play quarterback. If in a pinch, he can wildcat for you. He can do all that stuff. They'd be crazy to let him go. Yes, sign him. We got you locked in 4 years. But you ain't never going to see that 95 million. Forget about it. I bet you $1 to a donut they draft a quarterback in the next draft.
The chances of him playing quarterback are as remote as the chances of sending an ex-NFL player into space. Oh, wait a minute.
Oh, no.
Space.
What the hell? Why, Michael? Why? Why, Michael? Oh, jeez.
There he goes.
I can't.
There
man.
he goes.
I don't. Can we move on? This is.
That's your boy now. That's a giant. What's a giant? Always a giant. You'll be the first team in space.
Why, Michael? Why?
Don't say why.
I didn't even read this article, and I'm not going to read this article.
This is big news, Benny. This is big news.
Yeah, I guess it is.
First of all, hey Ben. First of all, they're gonna have to adjust the size of the seats in the rocket.
Yeah, he's a pretty big guy. He'll probably need an extra big helmet.
You know,
for that noggin. But congratulations, Michael Strahan. You know, if you keep doing things like getting on Good Morning America and all that stuff, maybe people will stop trying to shame you for Brett Favre giving you that record-setting sack. He's still trying to live that down so badly that he feels like he needs to get on a freaking rocket and go up into space. Are you kidding me?
all right. What's up next?
Jeez.
Shedeur Sanders is a finalist for the 2021 Stats Perform FCS Jerry Rice. Did someone say Jerry Rice? The Jerry Rice Award, which is presented to the National Freshman Player of the Year at the FCS level. Shedeur Sanders, son of primetime.
It's the National Freshman Award.
National Freshman Player of the Year.
The National freshman player of the year. Okay, that's cool. I'm with it. I think that's great. I think that's great. Jackson State is doing well. Prime's name is all over the place. People are caring about HBCU football. I think that's wonderful. I hope he wins it. I think he deserves it. I haven't looked at his numbers, but I know he's quarterbacking, and I know they're winning. So, kudos, man. I'm happy for him.
Primetime's greatest dream has to be to produce a quarterback.
That would be crazy, wouldn't it?
Because he played a little quarterback in high school, right?
I don't know.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, I remember him talking about one of the reasons he was so good at D-back because he understood how the quarterbacks think, and therefore he could bait them so much better. He could play off. He could do a lot of things because he understood what they understood. So,
I wouldn't doubt it. I know he played some receiver. I know he was a two-way player. I didn't know that he played any quarterback, but I wouldn't doubt it. I mean, this is a guy that played in World Series and Super Bowls. So, I mean, this is one of the greatest players of all time, regardless of position.
Now, this is just a little bit of an aside, but he seems like he's still riding around in like a cart or something. He had this surgery on his foot or whatever, like weeks ago.
I'm telling you, man, that turf toe stuff ain't no joke.
I know he said his toes was jacked up.
His feet are jacked up. They're jacked up, man.
Oh, my goodness. The legend of the turf toe. All right. Ben, I had to do it. Grant Stewart.
Only you would do this. Only you would bring this up. Good Lord. Nobody cares about this.
Somebody cares. This man has a national commercial, and it's hilarious. Did you see the commercial?
I haven't seen the commercial.
Let's see if
do I have to?
Let's see if I can play it for you, because that's what actually got me in the situation. It wasn't so much it wasn't so much him as much as it was the commercial.
Tonight, I'll be eating ribs with a side of pickles. Appreciate you. If you don't recognize me, it's because I'm Mr. Irrelevant. But I'm going to put in the work every single day, so soon everybody will know the name of the legendary great.
Right before he said his name. Oh, that's great. That's great. That's good.
Oh,
that's
my
really good. For those of you out there who don't know who Mr. Irrelevant is, he is the very last person selected in the NFL draft. The very last guy. And that's him. And I still don't know his name. But he plays for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Good for him. He's got an Uber Eats commercial. I love it. I love it.
Somebody on Twitter said whoever his agent is, they need to, give him kudos.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And he's a character. Look at the hair. He's a character.
Look at
this dude probably never touches the field, or at best, you got to find out his name. We got to find out who is he.
It's right there. His name is Grant Stewart. Grant.
Okay. Does he play special teams?
Now, as a matter of fact, yes, he was drafted by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Now, this is what they said. I looked up his draft information. 5'11". He's 230 pounds. He ran a 4.5 40. Okay. But they say he's squatty in stature. And although he has good straight ahead speed, it's his lateral movement that he's challenged at. But
what position does he play? Running back?
Huh?
Is he a running back?
Like a linebacker. He's basically a linebacker.
Oh, he's a linebacker. Okay.
Basically, he's a linebacker, but he's going to play special teams. They say he has a great head for it. It's just that lateral movement is where one of his weaknesses is. But he's super competitive.
That's cool.
And so, Grant Stewart.
Yeah. Put him on special teams. Let him use that straight ahead speed. to run down on kicks and stuff. Oh yeah, earn your money, bro. Earn your money. That's cool.
He's in the league. In the league. I just thought that was awesome. And I thought the commercial was hilarious.
I like that. I like that.
All right, we're going to do our part. You know, football now is there's gambling, and it's amazing how much the league now promotes all the different ways that you can gamble on the league. But they do say, gambling problem, go to responsibleplay.org, and then you can. And Ben, you know, you and I are probably the least gambling guy. You gamble at least on fantasy. That's a sort of a form of gambling, or
It's sort of a form of gambling, yeah.
in a way. But long story short, we still have to decide whether or not we're going to take some of this knowledge and put it to work with a wager at some point. But between you and I squeezing the dollar, it's really, we just don't hand them out that easily. All right. We talked about Taysom Hill. Ben, the flex weeks are kicking in. So what's happening when the flex weeks is that as the NFL looks at the different teams and looks at the potential matchups, they make decisions to move games from the 1 or 4 o'clock Sunday to the Sunday night game, and they can feature the matchups that they want. The Patriots are now getting flexed. And what happens is, but basically is what the NFL is doing is recognizing their success. They're like, oh, we want to put these guys in prime time, and they're flexing them to a prime time game. There's some flexing being going on Saturdays too. But I just want everybody to know, if you go to Ben and Barry on football, if you want to know about the whole flex scenario, just go and look at our comments. And in the comments section, I give you the NFL official site where they talk about the flexible scheduling procedures.
Cool.
All right. So there you go. Congratulations to the Patriots. That means you're doing something that's being recognized. Now, as we always say, we put the highlights there. So if you just want to know what happened, you want to see a quick rundown of the games, go to Ben and Barry on football, and you will see the highlights. And that's last week's current events. Ben, I talked a little bit about me playing against the Vikings, and I just wanted to mention it happens. So what happened here, and I just kind of wanted to say, you know, sometimes you have guys who contribute in kind of a quiet but yet important way in football, and you know, their stats will show up to some degree, but how important they were in the game is just maybe understated, you know, and especially if you didn't see, you're just looking at stats. And we talked about Deebo Samuels. We talked about Ayuk. But the question comes down to that third receiver. We got some other receivers, from young guys who may be a little faster, you know, and things of that nature. The thing about Sanu, hands, he catches the ball. And when you need somebody to simply complete a regular pass, that's where it comes in, and that's where it really, really makes a difference. So I had to make that decision on Sanu, and on third down, when I needed to just control the ball, he was there. And I don't know if he's getting any run. Now, you know this from fantasy. Is he getting any run in real life?
Barely.
Yeah, I that's what I kind of think. But sometimes you just need that guy who's going to come in and he's going to give you what you need at that particular point. So that's Sanu in my particular case, and that's one of the reasons I was able to get by that game. All right, you sent me information on Everson Griffin. I don't know if you saw this video.
No, I didn't see the video.
This is the video that came out from him. In addition to some text messages and some things where he was literally asking for help.
I'm in my house. Niggas trying to pop me. I still got clues left. This is my gun, 45 Wilson Combat.
registered to me. I bought all my bullets around town. Dalvin Cook helped me purchase this gun. It all belongs to me, and they are registered to me. So I know exactly where I bought them. I got the card I have them on. I have everything. So
Did he say Dalvin Cook helped me purchase the gun?
Yes, he did.
Good Lord. Dalvin Cook's got his own problems. These guys, look, the last I heard, and that was hours ago, I haven't looked at anything because we've been, shooting this video. The last I heard was that police are at his house and he's refusing to come out of the house and surrender himself. He did admit that he fired off a round or some rounds in his home. I don't know if anybody else is in there with him. All I know is he's going through something. And the last I heard, he had refused to come out of the house. So I don't know how this is going to end up. I don't know what he's going through.
They said that this is not his first time. So he's had some issues in the past.
Yes.
So
yes.
We know that he's had some issues.
Not like this, though.
No, well, kind of moving in that direction, but no, not
well, yeah, but yeah.
Not necessarily as bad. So, wishing him all the best. Obviously, the brother is, struggling right now. He's got some issues. And when this came out, that was somewhat disturbing. Last but not least, for me anyway, the USFL is coming back.
Yay.
With the 8 original team names.
Oh, the Houston Gamblers.
Yeah, all of the, you remember all of those names?
Yeah. They're going to have a Philly team? Are the Stars in?
Yeah, I believe they are. I believe they are. Now,
New Jersey Generals?
They're going to play all in the same location. They're not going to be at like Philly at,
like a bubble.
Places.
Like a bubble.
So
that's smart.
Yeah, this isn't working. So I'm gonna leave that alone. They're not going to play, all over the place. They'll stay in one location. There won't be any travel expenses. They're going to keep the cost down and things of that nature. Okay. But yeah, the USFL. What was that? The United States Football League? Is that what it stood for?
Basically, yeah. Yeah.
Basically.
Yep.
Wow. So, and from what I understand, they don't really care about in-person attendance. For them, it's all about the television. And it's all about gambling. So it's going to give the bettors more football to gamble upon.
That's cool.
Oh, okay. There you go. So the USFL, we'll keep an eye out. We already talked about, what was the other one that we talked about last week? The other league.
What other league?
The one that with the wrestling guy.
Oh, the XFL.
XFL. So we got the USFL, the NFL, and the XFL.
That's spring football. So when is the USFL going to play?
I believe it's a springtime thing, off season.
But the XFL is in the spring, isn't it?
Hey, competition. What can I tell you?
That's crazy, though. That's overkill.
Well, we shall see how that actually all works out. But I just wanted to kind of mention that the USFL is back. They're back. I didn't get to watch much of the USFL, so it'll be interesting.
Oh man, USFL was great. Jim Kelly played for the Houston Gamblers. Herschel Walker played for the New Jersey Generals.
Yes, he did. I do remember that.
The Philadelphia Stars had a great team.
Really?
Kelvin Bryant. There was a bunch of guys that went over to the NFL after that.
Okay.
Steve Young, a lot of guys played in the USFL.
Okay.
Because it was a money thing. Trump was in there. Trump was throwing money around. Dudes was like, do I go NFL or do I go to USFL?
It's a money thing. It's a money thing. What can I tell you? All right, man. We covered a lot of ground. We covered in our kickoff a number of different things. We looked at the Sterling Pro Football Net Point Power Rankings for week 11 of the 2021 season. We looked at the Bias Plus report and all of the matchups through Thanksgiving, through to Monday, all of the games, covered them. Ben went a little crazy. He's going with a few teams that I know he didn't want to have to go with, but he's going to do what he thinks is right in this case, and even going against his beloved Giants against the division.
Which just goes to prove that I do not pick the Giants just because they're my team. When I pick them, I feel like they really have an opportunity to win. And when I don't pick them, I don't think they have a chance to win. And I've gone against them and they've won, and vice versa. So, it happens. But I try to look at these things objectively. But, that's the part of the show where I get to use opinion and conjecture, and it doesn't always work out well for me. I did a lot better last season. This season's crazy. I barely broke 50% again on this one. I had 8 wins and 7 losses. It was horrible week 11. It was horrible. Some people might be like, oh, you went over 50%? That's good. Yeah, but no. I'm used to hitting 68, 67, 72%. This is a rough season. It's rough.
This season has been like no other that I can remember in recent times. Last week, the Bias Plus report was in the 40 percentile range.
Well,
Very rarely do we go under 50%. As a matter of fact, for the previous week, for week 11, the Bias Plus report was 60%. I believe it was 60. Yes, right at the number 60. Man. And that's with some strange, weird things happening as it was. What I do want to mention, Ben, because we didn't mention it, is that the Bias Plus Buster.
Oh, yeah. Colts,
baby. Unfavorable bias score of 12.8. Now, again, these are averages between the net points and the turnover differential. So you look at week 11, gross numbers, just multiply that by 11. If you multiply it by 10, it'd be 128. So that's a big number for a Bias Plus to go against you, yet they won by 26, giving them a Bias Plus Buster score of 38.8. Congratulations to the Indianapolis.
Great job.
All right. Absolutely. And Jonathan Taylor, the running back, who was behind so much of that win. Okay. That's about it for me, buddy. Happy Thanksgiving to you and the family.
Thank you. Same to you. I got a couple things.
Uh-oh.
Number one, for all those people out there who feel like I don't like the Eagles, I will tell you again and again and again, and I'll never stop telling you. You think automatically because I'm a Giants fan, I hate the Eagles. I do not. I hate Eagle fans. Now, and I use the word hate lightly. Now, that being said, I have no problem giving credit where credit is due. Listen to this. First 15 career starts. First 15 career starts. Lamar Jackson, 4,120 yards total offense. Jalen Hurts, 4,115.
Okay.
26 touchdowns for Lamar Jackson. 29 touchdowns for Jalen Hurts. 12 turnovers for Lamar Jackson. 11 turnovers for Jalen Hurts. 213 first downs for Lamar Jackson. 209 first downs for Jalen Hurts. Kind of scary, ain't it?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
People are still arguing, is Jalen Hurts a franchise quarterback? People are still arguing. Philadelphia fans are still arguing, is Jalen Hurts our future? I'm not saying he is. I'm just saying.
Hey, his numbers are what they are. And
They
again,
are what they are, bro.
you know,
They are what
the
they
question
are.
of Jalen Hurts, or was the question the coaching, you know?
Right.
Talking
Maybe
about a young coach and a young quarterback, what do you really expect? Did you expect Tom Brady? Did you
exactly.
expect the
It,
Patriots
it may
offense?
not be the perfect mix as far as team success is concerned, but you got a guy on your hands who is a winner. The guy's a winner, and the guy plays hard, and the guy has no problem putting the team on his back if he has to.
Home
And
or away?
you gotta love him for that. Now, for those of you who got a little carried away with the Chiefs win over the Cowboys, I tried to explain it to you in a way that you would understand how the Cowboys should have, and would have won the game if they had conducted themselves properly with a more balanced attack on offense, and that the defense played more than well enough with the proper formula to beat the Chiefs. But the Cowboys, excuse me, offensive staff basically lost that game for them and put Dak in harm's way. Listen to this. The Dallas Cowboys are 7-3. 2 of the 3 losses are to last year's Super Bowl teams. And the total number of points they lost by is 12. The Kansas City Chiefs, after beating the Cowboys this past Sunday, now have only 2 wins over teams with winning records.
So the question
I ain't no Dallas fan, but I'm telling you, people got dirt on the shovel ready to throw it on them, and they got flowers like this ready to throw them at the Chiefs. Stop it. Stop it. That's all I got to say. Oh, I got one more thing to say. Go Noles.